Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is Into the Weekend with Bet DSI, the call we do every Thursday with Brent, the headlines manager at DSI Sportsbook. It's actually Friday now because Brent took Thursday off. It is January 18th, so we've got, of course, the conference championships and the NFL playoffs coming up and the NHL regular season starting this weekend. Brent, thanks once again.
Thanks for having me on, Peter.
All right, let's get right into it. The conference championship games. Let's start with the Niners and Falcons. You know, we've been discussing this game. A lot of people are saying that the Niners are just going to roll right over the Falcons. They're a great bet at -3.5, -4. Then there's some other people saying that, you know, that's a little bit of a trap. The people saying that are kind of foolish, but I've been seeing a lot more opinions on the Niners. So I'm assuming you've just been overwhelmed with Niners public money at least.
Yeah, we've got a lot of money on San Francisco. The count is about 3 times in their favor in terms of the number of wagers we've actually taken. The money's only about 2-1, though. And again, you're talking about a rookie quarterback going on the road to win a playoff game. It's kind of, you know, a tough situation, of course, for the Niners, but people are backing them and laying the points a lot. Now, as you touched on, yeah, the sharps are seeing that, and the line's steady at 4 simply because the public keeps on betting San Francisco. I've had a lot of sharp money taking Atlanta +4.
Really?
I've had sharp money on Atlanta +4.5, and I've even had sharp money on the Atlanta money line when it was up to +185, Peter.
So you've actually taken sharp action on Atlanta. Have you gotten any sharp action on San Francisco at all?
None of note. I mean, at this point, you're going to see, you know, some winners, are going to be on San Francisco. It's not going to be like every single person who bets is like every square is going to be on one side and every sharp is going to be on the other side. So there are sharps who might be touching San Francisco a bit, but guys who we really respect, they're definitely far outnumber the San Francisco bettors by taking Atlanta plus the 4 and 4.5.
So then it's not an absolute sharp public split, but it's a pretty strong sharp and public
It's a very strong one, Peter. Yeah, I mean, the count is 3-1 in favor of San Francisco, which means there's just a ton of bets on the Niners.
How about the total? You gotten any notable action on the total in that game?
Not really. On this total, we don't have a whole lot of in terms of notable action. People are, you know, public as they will tend to bet the over, and they went over 47 all the way up to 49. When we got to 49, we finally got some under money, but it wasn't anything, you know, particularly sharp, but we dropped down to 48.5, and that's where we are right now, Peter.
Okay. And then Ravens at Pats, you know, I'm assuming that after the Pats, you know, double-digit win last week, the public's got to be all over the Pats again.
Well, no. They're not actually.
Really?
We've got a count that's pretty much even, and our money's pretty much even. Now, the sharp money that I did see on this game was I took a little bit of sharp money on the over 51, but most of it's been on Baltimore +9. When the line was 9.5, they were taking Baltimore +10, buying the half point. Now, the line's all the way down to 7.5 just because anytime we're around 9, they're taking Baltimore or they're buying it, the sharps are, and anything less than that, the public is all over New England. So we do have, you know, a bit of a sharp public split again, but the money and the count is pretty much even on this one.
That's a little bit surprising. So you're saying that there is public action, significant public action on Baltimore.
There's a little bit on both. We're pretty much split there in terms of public action. So we're down to 7.5 just because it's basically been sharp money on Baltimore, and then after that, the public's kind of balancing each other off. So we're kind of just dropping down to get to a number we're comfortable with, where public can maybe buy it down to 7 if they want on New England, lay the extra juice, something like that, and we're still kind of safe.
All right, and then any notable action on the total?
We're pretty much split on the total. We've had some balanced action there. Like I said, we took some sharp money over the 51, and right away they went under once we went to 51.5. So we're pretty much balanced on the total there. As we get to this point, talking about teaser money, we have basically teaser monies all over the favorites. So you've got a lot of teaser money on San Francisco, teasing them to like +2, +2.5, +3. A lot of teaser money on New England as well, -2.5, -2, -1.5, stuff like that. So when you get to this point of playoffs, usually your teaser money is all over on the favorites, and your money line straight bets are on the dogs. So we've got money line money more on Atlanta, more money line action on Baltimore. Now, with the money line, of course, the public will be taking San Francisco and New England and parting that stuff together.
Okay, so it seems to me your risk is probably pretty high here. Like, I mean, if the Falcons, I'm assuming that the Pats are teased to the over. So if the Pats cover their teaser spread and the game goes over, that's going to probably be pretty bad for you, right?
Yeah, generally speaking, that's the way it goes. But you take a look last week. I mean, it was funny. Like 2 weeks ago, every game went under, and last weekend every game went over. And when it's a case where your games go so far over, like it did last week, that you're busting like any teaser that went under, you're breaking it. That's usually good for us. So even if we split out in terms of these games, we probably will do okay.
All right. So then the disaster scenario might be if both games cover both the side and total teasers.
that would not be good for us,
Right.
Peter. We don't even talk about that around the office.
Okay, all right. And then we've got the NHL season starting up again. How's that? You excited for that? You happy to get that action?
Well, yeah, I mean, just the thing is, it's a matter of volume. And if we can just turn over, keep our whole percentage, just doesn't have to be that high, but just get the volume going. That's really all we need when it comes down to the NHL action. We haven't seen we put our lines up for tomorrow, of course, and we have the futures up. So we haven't seen a lot of action on the game so far, and even on the futures, just because of the shortened season. There's a lot of uncertainty.
Sure, absolutely. So you haven't gotten any notable sharp action or public action on futures?
On the futures, I do have some sharp action. Money we respect, I guess you call it, on St. Louis. They're plus 1,500. The Blues are. They're a young team. They won the Western Conference Central Division last year. They had some changes in the front office, but they're a team that has a lot of good young players. And they, like I said, they won the Central Division last year, the Western Conference. They're a team to look out for. Ottawa, like I said, the value really seems to be in the big prices, and that's where we've got our action so far. Ottawa Senators are another one, and of course your regular favorites, Pittsburgh Rangers, LA Kings, of course, who won the whole thing last year. We're getting a lot of regular action on them.
Yeah, St. Louis is one of my teams. I predict that you're going to get sharp action in the early going just on a game-by-game basis on the Rangers, Tampa Bay, Anaheim, St. Louis, and fading Detroit. That's my prediction. I predict that in 4 weeks or maybe on March 1st, you will see the Rangers, Tampa Bay, Anaheim, and St. Louis all plus money and fading Detroit as having been a good bet. What do you think of that, Brent?
Yeah, no, I think for Detroit that makes a lot of sense, and obviously people are going to be all over the Rangers. But the biggest thing I think in terms of looking at handicapping these games, it gets to a point where the teams and the streaks are one thing, but the schedule is going to be almost more important than anything else. I mean, you're going to have teams who are playing 4 games in 5 nights and stuff like that, and just the physical nature of a hockey game is just going to be really, really tough. So I think guys who are really good at handicapping the schedule are going to do well in hockey this year.
Sure. Okay, great. Thanks for all this great information. Once again, Brent, and we will talk to you again next week.